Hey folks, welcome to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little fellow right here, or lady rather, Savvy. This is a pusher luck prediction game where you're basically just trying to decide whether or not the next card that you're going to flip over is going to be higher or lower than the number you're showing right now. You're trying to race to get to 15 points first. You get a point for every correct answer. You have to possibly give up some points if you get a wrong answer. So let's get down to the table. I'll show you how it works, and we'll come back with some final thoughts after that. So here I have a game of Savvy set up for you. It can be played for anywhere from 3 to 6 players. And basically it's just a prediction game where you're trying to guess what card is going to be next, if it's going to be higher or lower. So what happens here is you take this deck, which has the numbers 1 through 36 on it. There's 36 cards in here. You're going to shuffle it, and then you're going to remove one card from the deck specifically. So that gets back, nobody looks at it, and you turn the first card over like so, and you're ready to go. The first person is going to be able to look at this card and say, is it higher or lower? This card, next one. So let's say I'm going to go higher. So we flip this card over, it was higher, so I'm going to take one of the point chips and put it into my deck. These blue chips are to mark what cards have already gone. So we know that 12 and 21 are already out there. So now I'm on a roll. I have one chip and it's in my holding pool, not in my bank yet, and I can continue going. I can push my luck. So I'm going to say, I'm going to say it's lower. So we're going to go with that, and it was right. So I'm going to put another one in my holding bank here. So I'm going to continue going, and I'm going to say it's higher. So we go that, yeah, that's good, and let's go with higher. And it was. So I'm going to continue going like this. Let's go with lower. Okay, whoa, that was close. It was. Let's go with lower again. And it was. Okay, cool. And let's go with higher. And let's go with lower. Yeah, okay. So we keep adding chips to our pool. At any point, I can say I'm going to stop and pull this back into my regular personal bank, and I stop going. That's the end of my turn, and the next person gets to go on this one. Of course, I'm not going to stop on this one. I'm going to definitely say it's higher, so I'm going to go there. Okay, well, now this one's right in the middle, basically, and I think I'm going to pass. So I did get that last one for going higher. So I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1 and then 9. So I got 9 altogether. These will go back into the pool, and now I have 9 in my bank. Now the next person is going to have the chance to go on this one, and so forth and so on until somebody reaches 15 points, yellows being worth 5, reds being worth 1, and at that point, they are the winner, and you can start a new game if you'd like. Now, that is if you choose to play. That's how you play through these different cards. If you wish to pass, though, for example, if the next guy is going and he's got a few chips in his personal bank already, whatever, he can say, you know what, I'm not going to try this. I don't want to lose anything. I'm going to go ahead and pay a chip and to pass, and then it's the next person's turn. Now, the reason he would want to do that is because if he chooses to, let's say he says higher, and he turns it over, and it was, okay, great. So he's going to continue going. This goes into his holding bank, not his personal bank. So he's going to continue going. Let's say higher. Okay, good, good. Let's go lower. Okay. Let's go higher. Okay. Let's go higher. Let's risk it. Okay, it wasn't. All right. So now he has all of these in his holding pool. He messed up. They go back in here, and nothing else happens to him. However, if he's wrong on his first choice, and he doesn't have any chips in his holding bank, then he has to lose half of his personal bank rounded up. So right now, he would have to lose only 1. But let's say that he had, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'd have to lose 3. If he had 7, he'd have to lose 4. So it's kind of risky. That first choice is pretty nasty. So you may want to just pay a chip and pass, especially if it's right around in this middle area here, because you might not know what's going on. But that's, generally speaking, how you play Savvy. All right, so as you can tell, there really isn't a whole lot going on in this game, so the pros and cons section is going to be pretty light because, quite frankly, there aren't a whole lot of pros and cons to talk about in a game that has so few rules, right? Well, basically, this is a neat little filler game, I guess you could say. If you like No Thanks, this might be down your alley, but you might like No Thanks better because there might be a little bit more going on in No Thanks, and it will feel probably a little bit less random, I guess you could say, as far as what you can and cannot choose. Now, a couple of things that we decided to do, instead of placing those blue chips on the number sheet, we chose not to do that. We thought it was a little bit more fun to try to remember what cards had come up, what number cards had come up, and use that as part of our gauge on whether or not we should go forward or pass. And we found that that was a little bit more entertaining than knowing, I guess you could say, exactly what had already come up by marking those, using those blue tiddlywinks and marking them on those on that number sheet. So there's that. You can give or take that. The rules do say that you should be using those blue tiddlywinks to cover up the numbers that have already come up in the deck, and that will help you make a better informed decision, but we found that it was more fun not to do that. As far as pros are concerned, this is a quick, light, fun, fast game. That is basically what this was supposed to be. It says that it's 10 to 40 minutes. Wow, 40 minutes seems like a real stretch. Something had to have gone horribly wrong for you to have to play this game for 40 minutes. The games that we played didn't go over probably 15 or 20 minutes most of the time, and that was pretty much par for the course. Now, I will say another pro for the game is that it was fun, I guess, but it wasn't fun in a engaging kind of way. It was fun in a campy kind of way where, you know, you say it's going to be higher, and it is. Whoa! It's going to be lower. It is. Whoa! You know, and everybody's doing that around the table. Oh, you got to. Oh, look. That's how it's fun, and that kind of fun wears thin pretty quick. Maybe 1-2 plays if you're feeling especially goofy. So it's a pro. It's fun, but it's not really fun. The cons section is, you know, the blue, yellow, and red tiddlywinks, they work, but oh man, they are probably, in my opinion at least, they are probably some of the cheapest feeling components that a game can have. And when it has them in it, it just feels cheap. So with that having been said, understand that I know that not all games can be made with flashy, top-of-the-line components. I get that. But these components were not the best. The cards were okay cardstock. The number sheet was very flimsy, felt like a very bad version of a dry erase board from some other game, some other bingo game even. And of course, what I always say with the tiddlywinks, just not good components altogether. But really, that's about it. With all that having been said, I think I'm going to give this one maybe a, I guess a, I'm feeling generous. Maybe a 5 out of 10. It is, and again, I give it a 5 out of 10 because of the kind of game it is. It is a 5 out of 10 for filler games. It is just average. It is not groundbreakingly good. It is not horrifically bad either. It is just right there in the middle, and it's one of those games where if you pull it out with the right group of people, you'll have a blast. If you pull it out with the wrong group of people, it will be a complete dud, and people will look at you derisively for the rest of the evening, possibly. So you know, it's a 5 out of 10 as a filler game goes. It is not a 5 out of 10 as compared to something that is supposed to be, you know, an hour and a half or 2 hour game. It's a 5 out of 10 for a 20-30 minute game. I think, you know, you'll have a few good tries with it, and then you'll put it away, and it'll come out every once in a while. But that's it from me. 5 out of 10 for Savvy. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.